1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's go!
Hey, y'all, it's time for the Roger the Wild Child Show. Roger the Wild Child. Here we go again with another honky-tonkin' kickin' episode of the Nashville edition of the Roger the Wild Child Show with your host, Roger the Wild Child, along with his sidekicks, musician Patrick James, diva rocker Tiana Woods, and radio disc jockey Katie Day. And want to know what's the nitty-gritty from Music City? Elise Harper has your Nashville music news. Yeehaw! Let's do this.
It's Roger the Wild Child Show!
All right, everyone, and welcome. It is Roger the Wild Child, Show.
What's happening, everyone?
And
hi, guys.
Hey,
how you
how are
doing?
you? That's for you, Tiana.
Yeah, we are back in full effect.
You gotta get one that goes like this with the
I
rock.
know. I know. We'll start here, though.
There you go. Ah.
How you guys
So,
doing?
I have to apologize about last week. So what happened was
Let's hear it, Roger.
I took a nap. We were supposed to have a show last week, so I took a nap about 4 o'clock. My time. Ended up sleeping for 5 hours and sleeping through the show.
Hey, man, it happens.
Hey,
I was like, are you kidding me right now?
I know. Here, T and I were like, "Oh my God, what happened? Something happened." I didn't know if you were flying from Vegas to Texas. I'm like, "Shit, man. I hope he's all right. I hope nothing's wrong." Hey, man, I got caught in the flight, and we're going back and forth. We're calling all the artists that are on. Like, we're all worried about them for 5-10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm like, "Oh shit, something's going on, man. Let's try to reach out to somebody, see if they've heard." And then we finally get a text at 9:30.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
after the show is over.
But that's okay.
Patrick was a little bit more positive than I was. He was like, "Oh, your flight got delayed. Something happened." I went right to you got kidnapped. The plane crashed. You're in the hospital. You lost your phone. Like, I'm totally doomsdayed.
Oh, could have been a million different things.
It could have.
I mean, you are going from Sin City to Texas, so you'd never know what could happen in Vegas, you know?
This is true.
It is true.
You're right about that. You are right about that, girl. You got that dead on.
So, Patrick, what do we got going on?
I'm trying to share this, man. Hold on a second. Why am I? It's telling me to retry, Roger. I'm sharing it, but
Hang on a second, guys. My audio is cutting out on me.
okay. Well, I tried.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right, there we go. My audio's back. Sorry, I was just doing like social media sharing and everything.
Okay, well, you're all back, and so I have a new tune that we're actually going to be in Nashville this weekend working on this track. So I'm going to give you a little sneak peek, and it's called "Waiting." How's it sound all right?
Yeah.
Good.
Sound good.
Don't you leave me at night without you by my side. I'm waiting for you. A lifetime is here now, but don't you know you live stars? What you were like, but I've been waiting here for you. A lifetime past me. 'Cause I've been waiting. Someone like you, I've been waiting. Something new. I've been broken. I've been broken into. Yeah, I'm waiting. In my heart to you. In the shadows
'Cause I've been waiting for someone like you. I've been waiting for something new. I've been broken, well, I've been broken too. Well, I've been waiting to give my heart to you. Gonna keep on fighting, let go of the thing, every step to the story that I'm not the same. Never dreamed of the moment, frozen in time, left my heart right on the table for you to try it on. 'Cause I've been waiting for someone like you, and I've been waiting for something new. I've been broken, I've been broken too, yeah. I'll give my heart to you, but I've been waiting for someone like you, and I've been waiting for something new. I've been broken, and I've been broken too, but I've been waiting to give my heart to you, oh.
Yeah. There you go, Patrick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
a great tune. I love that melody. Very moody.
Thank you.
What
Yeah.
made you decide to write that?
When did I decide? You know, when I write songs, I don't decide anything. I pick up my guitar, and
Well,
it's
what
like,
made you decide to write that?
well, when what made me decide to write that? Well,
Yeah.
I came home late from a session one night, and when you get out of the studio, you can appreciate this. You got the song that you're working on in your head, and I left. It was like I didn't get home till like 2 a.m, and I just couldn't go to sleep because I was buzzing. Right, when you get out of the studio and you're all hyped up, right? And so I come downstairs in my studio, and I was just thinking about the day and the session, and the song I was writing, and I kind of wanted to tell this story. And I just picked up my guitar because I just couldn't go to sleep, and the waiting line just kept coming to me. So it's more of an emotion that struck me to write it. I wrote the song at 2 a.m, and
Dang.
in like 45 minutes, it just came right out. So that's kind of what triggered it. I know it's kind of
Tiana,
weird.
you could probably relate to that, right?
Oh, definitely.
Is that your little one?
Sorry, my baby is clapping for you, Patrick.
Tell him I said what's up. Tell him I said hi.
Say hi, Jordan.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it happened, Roger.
Yep.
I'm
Well,
excited.
we do have a new crew. And Katie Day will be joining us for her premiere next week.
Okay.
So, and she is a disc jockey out of Buffalo, New York. So
I know she's freezing her rear end off because I'm cold here upstate New York. And Buffalo's probably about 15 degrees colder than it is here, and it's freezing here.
our good friend Elizabeth says, great song. Love it.
Thank you, Liz.
Elizabeth watching us on Facebook. So we got a great show lined up today. We got Malachi Gagnon. I hope I didn't botch his last name up, but we'll find out when I bring him on. But also we have a singer-songwriter and author, Tim James. So
Yeah,
both of them are going to be on the show here with us.
that's exciting.
And feel free to chime in on the chat. We want to be able to hear from y'all and ask you questions, or just say hey. Yeah. So, brand new season. We had a new opener. What do you think of the new opening?
Thought it kicked ass, man.
I love it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, because Tiana's like, I'm in it now.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna be in it, man. You and I are gonna get together soon. You young lady.
I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna happen. Roger,
Yes,
how's
it
the
is.
weather? How's the weather in Vegas, Roger?
It was like 70s degrees during the day.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's
And
good.
tonight's low is going to be like 57.
Don't rub it in.
All right, so let's bring on our first guest, Malachi.
How's it going?
Welcome to the Roger the Wild Child show.
Hi.
Thank you for having me.
What's up, dude? Oh, you're in New Hampshire, right? Dude? So you must be freezing your butt off too.
It's 8 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just took the trash out and it's it's cold, but
Yeah,
at least you
it's
can see the stars. So
Yeah.
Malachi, how do you pronounce your last name?
It's Gagnon. You did have the
Gagnon.
traditional French Canadian-esque way of saying it down, actually. You had the accent and everything there. But it is, in the States, I guess, or at least my family, it's Gagnon.
Yeah. Now, you're pretty young, though. What are you, like 13, 14?
I'm 17. The
Oh,
hair
okay.
is definitely. I just got the haircut, so it looks a little. I look a little.
Yeah, you're 5 years older, dude. You're good, man.
you're cool.
It'll come in handy when I'm.
Oh yeah.
Older.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, just
So,
hope you get a thumbs up.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am 7. I'm young. I'm relatively young.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Oh, there was Tiana. Okay.
I'm sorry
I was
about that, guys. Mommy emergency. I'm on mommy duty. I'm the only person here, so I apologize.
Oh, okay. So Malachi, let's talk about your career. And obviously you're a young artist, and this is like your first breakthrough right now.
Yeah, talk about it.
Yeah, it's been nuts. I've been doing. It's kind of weird to try and pinpoint like when I started, because I picked up an instrument for the first time. I picked up guitar 5 years ago during the summer of COVID, and so I was bored and started playing guitar because I had a little plastic one from Walmart, and I was like, I wanna be able to do something. And so I learned how to play, and I sang in front of my family for the first time, and they were extremely encouraging. And so my parents helped me start an Instagram account and TikTok, and we posted videos on there. Just whatever was hitting at the time, just covers. I
How
hadn't
many
written
views were you getting?
not a lot. It was mostly people from near where I lived and like people that I knew, and then it kind of picked up on TikTok pretty rapidly, to the point where I was like, this is pretty cool. I never had any plans to go any farther with it because it was a hobby, and it was a really fun hobby, and I love music. I've always loved music, but it was kind of like just a hobby. And then I started writing songs. It was, I had written songs before, like short ones that we all write as kids. But I actually wrote a song of substance, and it's called Craving Me, and it's my first song that I put out.
And how long
I
ago was
recorded
that?
it 3 years ago now, this month,
Okay.
which is nuts. So, Craving Me's birthday is this month. Yeah, I recorded and released that 3 years ago, and since then it's been insane. Like once I released it, that was when I was like, all right, I want to do this forever. So I went to the studio for the first time and was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever done. And so now it's like, that's my favorite place on earth, my studio. I go in Florida to a studio called Clear Track.
Where in Florida?
Clearwater, Florida.
Okay, yeah,
right on the coast.
nice part of town.
Yeah, it's great. It's right next to the Scientology building, the really big, the cool looking one. Um, yeah, it's right out back of that, and I love it, and the people there are good friends now. And yeah, I mean, it's been nuts. It's surreal still. I mean, I still can't believe that it's a reality.
Well, that's
And
cool.
you're just launching a new song, aren't you?
Uh, yes, I my song "Stay" recently released. I can't remember when. This is bad. I'm supposed to know this stuff, but it was it was pretty recent, and so yeah, it's called "Stay." It's gosh, my 12th, 13th song, and I mean it's insane. Like I said, I can't believe it. I've lost
Yeah.
count. It's such a weird. My friends will bring it up to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I do that. Like yeah,
But you're
that's
getting
true.
ready to launch new music, right?
Yes, I am. Fade Away is my next song. It's releasing at the end of the month, the 28th.
And that's the
That
video that I have for, right?
yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
let's play the video and
yeah,
then we'll talk about the song.
awesome.
Right,
Back
Malachi.
of my truck has faded away with you too soon. I've been spending my time thinking about you like every day. I drive down to our old place and I wait for the memories of you to fade away.
All right, so that was before the haircut.
That was a good bit ago too. That was when I look. That was I. This is like today, fresh. So
There you go.
it's always a
Looks
little
good
too
there and it looks
short.
good here.
Thank you,
Like
thank
both
So
of
you.
us.
tell us the backstory of that song.
Yeah, Fade Away is my fourth song since I kind of drifted to a folkier sound. I noticed in my writing and my style, I kind of pulled more towards that genre. Um, and it's kind of like these the three of the songs that I've released, or two of the songs that I've released, and then Fade Away, kind of center around this idea of memories and like past memories. And I look at it, and I think I wrote these subconsciously. I think in the head space of I'm graduating soon, right? So
Mhm.
I'm looking back on 17, almost 18 years of life, and I know it's not like a crazy long time, but I mean it's still like I'm going into a new chapter, a new season of life, and so reminiscence is hitting pretty hard right now, and I think all of these songs are pretty reflective of that. So Fade Away talks about that person has already faded out of my life. I mean they're gone with the wind.
Yeah.
They took my jacket. Um, it's one of the lines in the songs, and I'm just kind of sitting around waiting for like everything else to fade with it, because like these memories stick around for a while after a person's gone, and so whether that's through loss or like relationships, like once that person's out of your life, it they stick around still, and yeah, fadeaways. My little my little story there.
Cool.
There you go.
It's good. It sounds really good.
Thank
I
you
like
so
it.
much.
I like it a lot.
And I like that. I love that line. I'm waiting for the memories of you to fade away. That was very beautiful.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Great, great line.
Thank you.
Now, do you write all your material yourself, or do you work with a co-writer? Do you work with a producer that helps you with your lyrics? What's your jam?
I mean, all of them are different, different stories from. So most of the songs that I've released and I plan on releasing, I wrote by myself up in my room on my bed. That's where most of my songs come from. I've written a couple, I think two that I released in the studio with my producer Spencer, and then I went out to Nashville. Gosh, 2 years ago now. That's crazy. 2 years ago now, I went out to Nashville and I worked out of Black Blackwater with David Ray Stevens, Brandon Hart, and Phil Mosley. David actually wrote with Jelly Roll. He's one of Jelly Roll's writers, and so that
Oh,
was a really
nice.
cool opportunity. And that's where 3 of my songs came from. So No Thanks to You, Some Are Love, and Haunt My Dreams were all co-written by those 3 guys out in Nashville. And that was one of the
Cool.
coolest things I've ever done because
Very
it's
cool.
just yeah, it's a cool
It's good.
experience.
No, it's good to
Yeah,
collaborate, man. It's good to work with
yeah,
other people. It's good to write with other artists. It's all good. It
yeah.
makes you a better writer. Makes you
Oh,
spread
yeah.
your wings. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah,
So, what artists inspired you?
tons. There's a lot of because I think you can see if you like listen through my discography like from front to back,
Yeah.
you can see an extreme like switch in certain songs. So it kind of goes from like a poppier to towards like No Thanks to You, it's more country, and then now it's drifting to more folk. And I think throughout all of those are like fully me and
Yeah.
fully like who I am. It's just I'm young, so I'm growing, I'm changing, and so the styles that I guess they all kind of reflect the emotions, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, in country music, newer artists, like my first stuff was kind of influenced by um, like Morgan Wallen was big at that point. Like I mean, he's big now, probably bigger now, but he had an album come out around the time that I started. And so that was pretty influential. And then pop artists like Shawn Mendes and Post Malone were pretty big
I like them.
when I started. Yeah, they were pretty big for when I started. And now it's more like Noah Khan is an artist that's pretty big right now. He's from actually he's my neighbor basically at this point. He's from Vermont, which we're the 2 states that you think are actually Canada, but we're part of the United States too. We can vote. We can vote.
Better be not just kidding.
I can't vote, but we can vote. But yeah, Noah
Yeah,
Khan's,
but in a year you can.
in a year I can. Yeah. Well, less than a year, a couple months
Less
now.
than a year, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he kind of gets like the cold vibe. And so he's kind of inspired like this second wave of music that I'm doing.
So let me
Cool.
ask you, you're 17 years old, you're a musician. Are you in a relationship or are you just pushing girls off?
I'm just living, man. I go to a small school in a small state. So there's not much going on out here, but yeah, I'm waiting. I'm going to college soon, and so that'll be a good opportunity for
What do you
that
want to
stuff.
major in?
Marketing. I'm going
Okay.
to Liberty University in Virginia.
Cool. It's a good university. You'll have
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You'll stay warmer too.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's cold in Virginia too, man. It's still
Yeah, they're
cold.
getting snow. Like they get snow now for some reason. I don't know. I didn't think they did when I was younger. So
Congratulations. That's exciting.
Yeah.
thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah, it's super.
So where do you want to go from here in your music career?
I want to do this forever. No matter what I guess that comes with, whether I make a name for myself, play big stages, or if I, do background stuff, I write, I produce. Music is my favorite thing ever, and I'm sure a lot of you guys relate to that. So, as long as I can keep this at the center of what I do, I'm beyond content.
And you're going to school for marketing, so that will help you with your music career.
Yeah, I made sure that whatever I majored in, I could utilize in this career, or if, there are other plans for my life, then I can use them there, I'm a very kind of like fail-safe plan kind of guy. So like I have a lot of just in cases.
Right.
Nothing
wrong with
yeah, I plan for music to be the forever thing, and that's the dream,
As we always say, once a musician, always a musician. So
Right.
For sure.
That's right.
It's forever a part of me now.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Anywhere. So do you,
I just have the word music. See, he's cooler than me. He has the treble clef.
yeah.
yeah, this guitar is just glued to my hand. So you never.
He doesn't need a
Basically
tattoo.
a tattoo.
He got the real damn thing.
Oh.
So do you perform? Do you tour? Do you do shows?
Not yet. I've done 2 shows now. It's kind of like I moved from Florida to New Hampshire, so
Why?
rebuilding that. Family.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of where it led us. We lived here originally. It wasn't just like, oh, we live in Florida, but you know what sounds cool?
Yeah.
That state no one knows about.
Go back and freeze.
Yeah,
I would go
right.
back. Clearwater is so happening, but I get it.
Yeah, Tampa is where I lived, and it had a really cool music scene. So I was given the opportunity to do a few shows out there. But moving back here, there's a little bit less. I'm working on it on a couple of shows, mostly opening things. Especially once I'm out of, high school makes it pretty difficult.
Yeah, when you get out of high school, you should hit it.
Yeah,
Hit it hard.
yeah, that's my goal.
Now, are you doing high
especially
school
this summer.
full time or in school, or are you doing like online classes?
Yeah, I'm full-time student. That student comes first for me. As much as music is everything I do, I take school pretty seriously. I take time to be a teenager still. So
There
I
you go.
I plan around hanging out with friends and family, and I do drama like my school play. So I make sure that above all I'm taking everything seriously and stand on the right track there.
All right. Well, Malachi Gagnon, we really appreciate you joining us. Good luck with your music journey and school.
Yep. Good luck. Best of luck to you. You sound great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Keep your eye on the prize. Stay focused, and you'll get where you want to go.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Stay balanced. Stay away from dangerous things.
Yes, ma'am.
They're not worth it at all. I promise you.
Yeah, she's right. I second that.
All right, Malachi. Thanks again.
Take care.
Thank you so much for having
All
me.
right, bye-bye.
Good luck. Bye. Nice.
What
Kid.
talent for such a young
Yeah, he sounds great.
young man.
Great.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
I was gonna say young kid, but I'm like, he's almost a man.
Yeah.
He's almost
Yeah, what
18.
did he say? A couple months? He's going to be legal?
Yeah.
18?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he'll be legal, ladies.
And he's going to college, so he's got that day job in there. It's perfect. That's
No,
the way to be a musician these days.
sounds like he's got his shit together.
Yeah. He sounds like he's focused, and as he should be. You're right. That's the way-
Exactly. And his
way to
school
do
is first before music, though.
So there's nothing wrong with that,
There is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
right, T?
All right.
Right, exactly. It's so exciting. He's going to do really good things,
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is.
All right, so we're going to bring on our next guest. He's a singer-songwriter, and he's an author. Please welcome Tim James.
Thanks.
Woo!
Thank you.
What's
thank
up, Tim?
you.
What's up, Tim?
Good. How about you? I
Good.
don't know
You
what
know,
that
we're just
is,
doing a podcast. That's all.
Thumbs up for you, Tim.
Oh, you
Okay.
got your thumbs up.
I already
Hey,
know it's going to be great.
I normally have a cowbell, but it broke, so I have to order a new one.
So we need some
It
thumbs up.
finally fell off the edge.
Roger, you lost the damn cow. You broke the cowbell?
Yeah, I've had it since the beginning of the show.
Oh, man.
Now I got to get a new cowbell.
You got to get a new cowbell, man.
I gotta.
You got to.
And I forgot that I broke it. And then we were on this break, and I'm like getting ready to do the show, and I'm like, "Where's my damn cowbell?"
Shit.
And then I'm like, "Oh shit, it's broken."
He's like Christopher Walken from the SNL skit. You need more cowbell.
Yeah. I really like the tune, but he could use a little bit more cowbell.
Interscope on YouTube says, "What's going on, everyone?"
What's going on?
Woohoo! What's going on?
Thank you for watching Interscope.
So Yeah, thanks for watching. Tim, what's happening, buddy? How are you?
Man, everything's good. I can't complain, can't brag. You know, somewhere in the middle.
And Sherry
wonderful.
Cranford says, "Hey guys, excited to be along for the ride."
Hey, Sherry.
Hi, Cherry. How are you?
She's one of our
Sherry,
PR people
Sherry
that
lady.
books us guests.
Very nice.
Okay, so Interscope said Lee Kelly told me to check you out. And Lee
Very
Kelly
nice.
was an old guest of ours and a big fan of the Roger the Wild Child show. So thank you, Interscope.
Thank you, Interscope, and thank you, Lee.
Yes.
And thank you, Lee. Or, yeah, Lee.
Tim, are you in Nashville?
I am.
Tell me how cold it is because I'm coming in this weekend. Tell me it's not.
It's going to cool off tomorrow. It was 72 today and golf weather.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be,
Nice.
like, you know, for us, there's going to be some strong storms like tonight, early tomorrow. And then I think tomorrow it's going to be in the 50s and rainy, but then, you know, typical Tennessee.
Yeah, that's okay. It's not as cold as it is here in New York.
No.
Well, you know, I'm from Houston. I'm not there now because I'm in Vegas this week. But in Houston, it could be like 80 degrees, and the next day, it's like 30.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And we
Can't
got
trust
snow.
any state
We
anymore.
got
with the
Houston
weather.
got snow.
what the fuck is that, man?
Florida got snow.
Can you believe that?
New Orleans got snow.
Crazy.
New Orleans got snow.
I saw that.
Tiana loves New Orleans.
Yep. That's where I went for my birthday and how I met you guys.
Yes.
Well, you and I met in Texas.
Yeah, on the way
Yeah,
to
we
New
all-
Orleans.
Yeah.
rolling
We all
through
met in
Texas.
Katy, Texas,
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right. That's right.
when we saw Shim,
Yeah.
Right.
and you were playing with Shim.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm
That's correct.
Yep.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So, Tim, tell us. I read your discography. It's wonderful. What's cooking, man? How are you, man?
Well,
Man, I'm
first
great.
of all, fun fact: Tim was a co-writer for Toby Keith for the song "My List."
Love.
Yes, I saw that.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that was, you know, that song was written 22 years ago, I think. And then in 2001, well, longer than that, gosh, 24 years. Anyway, in 2001, it was number one for 5 weeks. And, you know, due to the fact that in those days, you know, guys like Toby Keith or George Strait or Garth Brooks, they sold records as opposed to nowadays. It's a whole different thing. But that song was number one for 5 weeks and has since been on 11 million albums because, you know, you got to figure the first album sold 3 million, Greatest Hits 1, Greatest Hits 2, Greatest Hits 3.
Right.
And then a compilation. So it's been the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, for sure.
God bless. God bless.
Yes.
Mhm.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So, how did you get hooked up with Toby?
Man, I'm from right outside of Nashville. I moved to LA at 23 and was going to stay 6 months, stayed 12 years. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those things, right?
There's a lot of it I don't remember, to be honest.
Very synonymous over here in LA. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
Tiana knows.
When I play out live, I say I'm the Ricky Gervais of country music. I just don't care anymore. If you don't like it, I don't care.
Yeah.
But I was, believe it or not, I was in sales. I got in pharmaceutical sales, and then my first Mulligan wife was an actress. Apparently, y'all are not golfers because that joke just went right over your head. My first Mulligan wife.
Well, you know, I'm in Vegas, and that's what the guys say on the strip.
Well, a mulligan is a do-over in golf. So
yeah. I got you. Yeah.
My first wife was a successful actress, and I would sit around and just play the guitar and sing. And she was like, "You should try to do this for a living." And I come from a real blue-collar family, and my parents were like, "I don't really care what you do as long as you have a job."
Right.
Mhm.
But I moved home. I got signed to a publishing deal before I moved home. And then I moved home. They shut down after 2 years. And then I was wondering what the heck I'm going to do with my life. And I went with some guys to a football game. One of them said, "Hey, man, there's a new publisher, new publishing company starting up, and it's Toby Keith and TK Kimbrell, who was his manager. And so I went in, you just kind of do the dance with him. I played him some songs, and then after 3 or 4 meetings, they said, Toby wants to sign you. And then he signed 3 of us. He cut that song of mine. And, it was a big hit for him and a big hit for me. And it opened up other doors. And so I'm still doing, I got one on the new Stapleton record and one on the new Kenny Chesney record. So, this is one of those jobs that if you, after my list was a hit, actually, I wrote a song with a guy named Mike Reed, who wrote I Can't Make You Love Me and 10 #1 songs. And I said, what's the secret to this thing? And he said, the secret is to show up for work. So if Mike Reed said it, then that's what I went by. So it's been a good, I had George Strait's last #1 song, which has now been also 10 years ago. And I wrote a song called Love Like Crazy. That was a #1 song for a guy named Lee Bryce. So
yeah, I know that. Great song.
Thank you.
So you've been around the block with some of these big names.
Yeah, I wrote, man, when I first moved back, I got hooked up with a bunch of guys that are all crazy talented. One of them, Chris Stapleton. And so I
love Chris.
Yeah, I wrote about 40 or 50 songs with him, and we've had him cut on various people. He recorded a song of ours for his From a Room Volume 1 album that was called Either Way. And that album won a Grammy. So I always tell when I go back to LA, and I still do, I haven't been since the fires, but I went 10, 12 years ago when I got nominated for a Grammy Award, and probably 15 years ago. But anyway, I went, and all my buddies from, the day we all got together, and they were like, let me get this straight, dude. 5 years ago, you're selling cough syrup, and now you're here for the Grammys. And I was like, that's it, baby. So,
hey, man, that's how it happens, man.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got no complaints. Like I said, I'm still doing. I play a lot of shows. Still write. Still getting some cuts. Wrote a book. So just making shit up. That's what I always say.
Yeah. It's great.
Well, you are, speaking of book, you're an author. Your book is Going Crazy, Left Foot, Right Foot, Breathe. So tell us about that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it started out 8 years ago. It was just sort of I played a show at the Bluebird, and this lady came up to me and said, your story is kind of fascinating in the sense that you grew up in Murfreesboro, which is 25 minutes south of Nashville. Literally lived on a pig farm for like 3 years. Never been on an airplane. Got on an airplane, went to LA, got into sales, came back, had a #1 song, Grammy Award, blah, 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 blah. And I played the Bluebird. She said, that's the craziest story I've ever heard. So I just started writing, to be honest with you. I believe work begets work. So I just wrote. And then I found myself every night, I'd come home and say, I think I'll noodle on another chapter. So 8 years later, I got to a place where I was like, man, I really like this. So I got hooked up with an editor in New York. She, took care of it, and it's out there. It really is a memoir. I think one of the things as men, I think that have been discouraged to do is discuss mental health. And you can be, in the last 2 weeks, there's been 2 guys in the music business that took their own lives. I've been through 2 divorces. The last one probably rougher no doubt rougher because I have children and so forth and so on. All that to say, you get a divorce, the music business is crazy. I lost my older brother. I could go down the list of crap that happens to not just me, happens to a lot of people.
Right.
But the whole idea of the book was that, you think you're going crazy because there's times I think we all think we're losing our marbles.
Absolutely.
I just always was a guy that wasn't going to give up on anything, which is why I made it as a songwriter, because I was too stubborn to quit. And the same thing applies to life. Like, that's why the subtitle is Left Foot, Right Foot, Breathe. If you just get up the next day, find a way. I don't know what that way is. My ways, I talk about them in the book. I'm an exercise person, so I always try to say, let me just, instead of getting, 3 sheets to the wind, I'll go to the gym. But whatever it takes is my point. Like, I don't know everybody's got their own method. For me, I think if you have to get angry, you got to get angry. If you need to meditate, you need to pray, whatever you need to do, just don't give up. Get to the next day, left foot, right foot, breathe. And
Yep.
at some point, it'll get better.
Yep.
It makes a lot of sense.
I love that. That's great. I mean, that's a great theory to live by, and that's a great story to tell.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Especially in
Now,
the industry that we're in. It rings so true. It's because it's got such highs and lows, right? One day everybody's picking up your phone. The next day, no one wants to know who you are. The next day, you have a hit single or something else happen. You get everybody on. It's just that's the way this business is. But that's the way life is too. So I really respect that you are telling that story. I like that a lot.
Thanks, man.
now I know you are an advocate for men's mental health.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about that.
Well, what I just kind of discussed or said is, I think it's taboo. Men say, well, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, what if you don't have any boots? I mean, there's people that have crappy days and people say, get over it. Well, that's the way I was raised. That's the way I've always sort of taken care of business until you come across somebody that is clinically depressed and you realize that's a whole different game. Not one that I'm really qualified to deal with, but my experience, again, is just my experience, and my solutions are my solutions, which, again, were to get up the next day, find a way. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had 3 or 4 whiskey drinks and said, this is too much. I got to check out for the night. But overall, I think that's a short-term solution to a long-term problem.
Right.
Again, whatever you have to do, if you have to go to counseling, church, it doesn't matter. Just get through, because there's always going to be a better day. And I mean, it's moment by moment. You could have a shitty day today, and tomorrow could be the best day of your life. So
Right.
I ain't quitting.
Yeah.
I think we should hear Tim sing.
Yeah, I do.
Say it again.
I think we should hear you sing.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll play a little bit. I'll play a little verse and a chorus of my list. Under an old brass paperweight, it's my list of things to do today. Go to the bank and the hardware store, put a new lock on the cellar door. I cross them off as I get them done, but when the sun has set, there's still more than a few things left I haven't got to yet. Like going for a walk, saying a prayer, and take a deep breath. Mountain air, put on my glove, lay some cash. It's time I made time for that. Wait the shore and cast the line, like up a long lost friend of mine. Sit on the porch, give my girl a kiss, start living. It's the next thing on my list.
Beautiful.
Wow, that was amazing.
Love it. Beautiful.
Beautiful. And I love your resonance, your vocal tone's amazing. Songwriters don't really get that much credit when it comes to their own voice, but I just want to put that out there for you, Tim.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sounds beautiful. Sounds great, man. Great tune.
Yeah. Thank you.
Love the finger picking.
Now,
Finger picking, or are you using a pick?
I'm just finger picking.
Yeah, I could feel. I love that.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Are you doing any touring at all? Are you playing anywhere?
Man, most of the stuff I do, Roger, is like corporate gigs, and then I'll play like the Bluebird a couple times a year, the Listening Room here in Nashville, that kind of thing. But yeah, man, I play as much as I want. I play more golf than I do dates.
I was just gonna say that. I'm like, he's playing golf, which is a good thing. I want
Tim's
to
going to meet up with us when we go to Nashville this summer for CMA Fest.
Yeah, you gonna come down to the Troubadour? You have to.
Yeah,
We're doing Roger the Wild Child show live on stage on June 7th.
Have him come and play too.
Yeah,
let's get him on. Come play a couple songs.
Y'all let me know.
Okay.
All right, we'll be in touch. My people talk to your people.
Sounds good, man.
So let's talk about music in the beginning for you. Where did it all start?
Um, my parents were slightly musical, but really, to be honest with you, I thought everybody liked music. I didn't think I was any different. I just, my two brothers could play anything, but I did not pick up a guitar till I was in my mid 30s. And I just always loved it. And then I was a member at the Hollywood YMCA for many, many years, and a lot of people that were actors and singers or whatever. And this older gentleman who was a pretty successful actor, and this is in my book, I asked him one day, "Why are you an actor?" And I expected him to say, "Oh man, because it's you got to pursue your passion and chase your dreams." And he looked at me dead in the eye and said, "Because I didn't want to work a freaking day job." And I went, "Oh, that's
That's an honest answer.
that's my
Yep.
jam right there." So
In those days, you could do that,
yeah. So I just, to be honest with you, I bought a yard sale guitar and started playing a little more, and then at some point, no experience whatsoever. I put a band together and went on stage and played at a place in the valley, and you know how that is. I mean, that 17-year-old kid said it like, I got on stage and I remember we were playing Liza Jane by Vince Gill, and I walked out and there was probably 100 people there, 70 of them my friends, and I thought, I can't sing. I'm going to throw up. And but anyway, I got through it. But when I got through with the song, I was like that 17-year-old kid. I was like, oh, now I get it, and this is what I want to do. So we opened up some shows. We opened up for Toby Keith actually in Reno in like 1990 something.
Oh wow.
That's awesome.
But then I got to a place where I realized I was, one, too old to pursue an artist deal, and two, I don't want to be an artist.
Really? I mean, look at George Strait.
Well, but he had his first hit when he was in his late 20s, early 30s. And to your point, he cut a new record 4 months ago, and I got a song on that. They put out 3 singles. They didn't even chart.
Yeah.
Radio's not going to play George Strait anymore, and that's sad. I mean, when I say radio, I mean major radio stations. They're not going to play.
Yeah,
so,
but he'll still sell out his tours, though. He'll.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he will.
But as
Look at College Station, Texas.
Right. Yeah. But to your question, as a songwriter, that doesn't do me any good.
Right.
Like, I need him to be the way we make the bulk of our money nowadays.
Right.
Is still from radio airplay.
Yeah.
And if you get a number one song, that is exponentially more than anything you'll make from any other outlet. So that's sort of what everybody here's trying to do. You have to get a cut in order to get a single. I mean, that's the reality of it. You can't get a single without getting on the record. But no, I was old enough that I went, no. And then I went out on the road with Chris Young, who's from Murfreesboro, which is my hometown, Darius Rucker, those guys, and 3 nights in a tour bus. And I went, nah.
Not your cup of tea anymore.
Nope. I like mailbox money.
It's nice being in the studio and the luxury of your own home, but I do like to travel. But it's not for everybody. It's a rough gig, man.
Yeah, some people can't get enough of it, and some people would never do it more than the 3 days like you did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to do it. I realized early, like I said, I was probably in my 40s. I mean, I had my first number one song at 40, and I just realized. I rode the bus with Toby a few nights, and I was like, no, I don't want to do this forever. But everybody's different.
Yeah, absolutely. The beauty
What
is
your take on today's music scene?
Pretty much sucks.
I mean, come on, Beyonce had the number one, got a Grammy. She got a Grammy.
Well, man, you know what? I'm not going to jump into that, but I will say that the reason I can't jump into that is because I didn't listen to it. That would be an unfair critique of anything if I said, now the Stapleton album that I was on was nominated for a Grammy for Best Album, and I can tell you it's a good album. and I'm on it, so it makes it better. But no, it didn't. It didn't win. I know it's a good record. I listened to the whole thing. I listened to a few of the Casey Musgrave songs. So I've never heard one. To be honest with you, I was telling somebody yesterday, I don't know anything about pop culture. That being said, I don't know one Beyonce song at all.
Right.
Lee Kelly is watching on YouTube, and he calls it Pop Tart Country. Pop Tart Country.
I think it's also
And I saw a meme on Facebook said George Strait got Hip Hop Artist of the Year.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't keep up with anything.
Oh my gosh.
Funny.
I think that's a totally other topic to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, without a
All
doubt.
right.
Well, it's great that you're still at it, Tim, and you've been able to make a career out of something that you love to do. And like you said, touring wasn't for you, and you were able to, hunker down and just create songs and have success that you've had. That is, nobody can ask for anything better.
Yeah.
No, it really is. It's been sometimes I laugh at my own career trajectory. I mean, again, at my age, I'm still getting songs cut on major label artists. So yeah, I've been blessed, and I most days laugh and go, nobody's more surprised than me. So.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be the title for the next book.
Right. Tim James, where can everybody find you?
You can buy the book on Amazon. It's called Going Crazy, Left Foot, Right Foot Breed, or it's at thetimjames.com. If you're interested in booking or book, anything's on there. There's a picture of me from my Chippendales days. Buy that.
And you can find him at the golf course, right?
Will it be signed, though?
Yes, for you, I will. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Deanna just got excited.
Well, thank you all for
All right,
having me.
Tim.
Yeah, thank
you for joining us.
Come back on.
Okay, y'all take care.
You know
Thank
what?
you,
We'll
Tim.
see you
Have
when
a
we come
great
to
night.
Nashville.
Okay, sounds
Take
good.
care. Bye-bye.
Wow.
That was great.
Man, what a wild story.
It is. And it's cool
Fantastic.
that he wrote that song for Toby.
He wrote
Yeah.
he wrote a lot of
And I'm a
songs.
huge Toby fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about being a songwriter. Songs are immortal. Nobody cares how old you are when you
That's
wrote
the-
it. You
yeah,
could
that's
be
the beauty-
16 or you could be
Mhm.
66,
That's the beauty of it. I was just going to say that before he signed up. It's like age is just a number. If you write great songs, you write great songs. There's no age
Right.
on the song,
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the beauty of songwriting. So
And he was able to have a good hit, let's be honest, when songs were making real money.
yeah.
Before
Oh,
streaming came in and the royalty rates and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure he was able to purchase a nice house with,
Yeah.
his work ethic and his songwriting. So
Yeah, you got to work.
Exactly.
The thing is you got to work, man. You got to show up. You got to constantly be in the game. You got to constantly.
You got to be there.
You got to throw your got to throw your hat in the arena, man. It's just the way it goes, man.
Yeah.
exactly.
I agree. So kudos to him, man. Great story. Nice guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about that Grammy Award, Beyonce?
Man, you're not gonna go there with me, are you? I can't.
Why not?
I can't.
Well, to be fair, I'm kind of biased because I grew up in LA. I used to intern for the Recording Academy. So the Recording Academy is a whole different animal than, like the CMAs or any other award show that's very genre based.
Right.
You have so many more different people from all over the world voting, and then you have the internet, which also influences music as well.
Yeah.
You have people that actually did not listen to the album that are voting,
Right.
Because it's Beyonce.
Just a single.
Right.
Yeah.
So so you kind of just got to take, like Tim was saying, you have to listen to the music and put in your own vote for it,
Right.
So I I do think, the press, she, was feeling a little unvindicated from, the CMA is really coming forth and saying, well, you're not a country artist per se, so you don't deserve to be awarded any country awards.
Right.
So I feel that, the Recording Academy, they all made a point to listen to her album and give her that, in their opinion, in their due, in the Voting Academy voting, people who are also all people in the industry. We're all producers, musicians,
Right.
You have to be somebody in the industry to even vote. So it's kind of silly to be voting and not listen to, the nominees. But, through that vote, they all collectively decided that she deserved Album of the Year for her art for this year, that her record company, put it in to nominate for Country Album of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've heard a few cuts. I have not heard the entire album. So like Tim, I can't give a full opinion on it. But, a lot of people that didn't like country music really liked what she put out,
Mm-hmm.
So I heard a few cuts, and from what I heard, I thought it was great. I didn't see a reason why she wouldn't have been included in the country genre, because it was solely in the country genre.
Right.
That's a bigger conversation. If you're a country artist, you're from Nashville, that's what you do day in and day out. People are going to have very different opinions
Right.
than if you're a part of the entire Recording Academy.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
ask Lady Wilson that question.
Yeah. Well, that was a great answer, I have to say. I
It is.
without listening to the whole record myself, so that's why I didn't want to comment on it. And myself, I work and write with artists of all genres, not just country, not just rock, not just pop. So I'm all over the map as well. So with that being said, that was a very good answer, and kudos to that. So, I heard a couple of the singles. They sounded cool. They had a lot of great people on the record. I mean, it's just like Dolly Parton making a rock record, right? So it's the same kind of thing, Well, Dolly's a bit of a different story, but Beyonce has that iconic thing about her. So, so that's that. So until I listen to the full record, I will not comment.
Sounds fair.
That's that.
Are you losing your camera?
My son is playing with the computer. He's trying to get me off here. I think he wanted to put an opinion about Beyonce.
Probably.
All
right, guys. Next week we're gonna have Chad Brock. He's gonna join us.
Chad Brock.
The song Yes.
Yeah, we played with him last week.
Yes. I said, wow. She said, when? I said, how about right now, love? Can't wait. And that song.
Love it. We should get Roger on the track next.
Yeah, that was fun.
No. And Chad joined us last year. He was our headliner for the Roger the Wild Child show live on stage. And we got to meet him, and everybody got to meet him.
Yep. Yeah. I got pictures too. With all of us.
So,
I can't wait for the next session.
Oh yeah.
It'll be fun.
Absolutely. Well, it's good to be back on. I'm looking forward to meeting. What's her name again? The new
Katie.
What is it?
Katie Day.
Right. Cool.
Katie Day.
So next Wednesday is when I'm going to be flying back. So hopefully I'm not delayed.
Okay.
I'm leaving early. I'm leaving early. So
we'll just do the show at midnight.
There you go. I should be home. I mean, I should be rolling in just in time. So
okay.
All right.
If you're a little late, you're a little late.
Yeah.
Hey,
T and I got it.
Baby.
That's it. Yeah, I'm leaving. I fly out Saturday, and then can you believe I'm doing vocals on Super Bowl Sunday? But that's what it is. And then I'm writing Monday and Tuesday. Well, I'm not cutting vocals. Artist I'm working with is, and then we're writing Monday and Tuesday, and I fly home Wednesday.
Sounds like a good week.
Yeah,
sounds like the life of a musician.
Well, we're gonna be trying to be banging out some hits. That's what we're gonna be working on.
Yes. See, it's all about showing up.
That's right.
He
It's
in
all,
there.
it's all about showing up. Speaking of showing up, I'm going to be doing some dates with the ABH boys in Louisiana, March 14th and 15th. And then
Anything but human.
yeah, and we're going to be in 20, 25, 26, 27. I'll post the dates next week. I think they're all House of Blues. Well, 2 are House of Blues. I have to send you the schedule, but I think Dallas, Houston, and they're all in Texas. And oh my God, maybe Fort Worth. So it might be close to you, Roger, if you're in town.
Okay.
We're doing 3 in a row.
Yeah, let me know the date. Let me see if I'm in Houston that week or that day, or if I'm in Vegas.
Yeah, we're the classic rock band. They're doing their 50th year anniversary. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. Called
Oh
called
yes,
Zebra.
right? No,
Yeah,
Zebra.
Fun stuff.
yeah.
I'm
So
gonna have to come and visit you when you're in Vegas, Roger. My mom just moved to Vegas, so maybe I
Yes.
can do a
you're
little
not going to come visit me?
Yeah. I'll come visit you, of course,
I'm
too.
the more
Matthew.
important one here.
She's a lot closer. I'm just fucking with you.
Ah,
That was a good show. Good opening show for the
Yeah.
first year.
yes, yes.
I'll be back
Both
in H
sounds
Town next
nice.
week in my studio.
Nice. I hope this audio sounded better because I can still tweak it and dial it, but I feel like it sounded a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really clear.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. You have a great week. And we will definitely see you next week with another great show.
All right, guys.
Peace
See you
out.
later. Bye.
We out.
Bye.